Randonauts. So I have something kind of embarrassing to admit. And I guess I say embarrassing because it's not the first interest I would lead with if someone asked me what my interests are, but I have always had this guilty pleasure interest in the British royal family. And when I say always, I mean going back to the 90s, being a little kid, loving Princess Diana. Like, I have just followed that family my whole life. And I think I'm not alone in that there's a lot of people who are really fascinated with that family and the characters of that family. But it's like one of those guilty pleasure interests that I think a lot of us don't always talk about. But today I am revealing my guilty pleasure interest because since the Meghan and Harry interview that Oprah did, has it been like a month already? It feels like it's been a while. Since they did that interview, and then since the passing of Prince Philip and Harry going back to England, I have been diving deep into a lot of research and YouTube videos about Harry and Meghan and about what's really going on with the royal family. And so I thought, wow, let's marry this with Randonautica. Because those of you who know me, you know I'm always pushing what this app can do for me and really testing to see like what kinds of things can it really lead me to give me information about things that I'm interested in. And since right now I have this heightened interest in what is going on with Harry and Meghan Markle, let's use them as an intention to see what the future might hold for them as a couple. And as I'm pulling up the Randonautica app on my phone, I just have to say a disclaimer that obviously I am biased with an opinion about the royals and especially about Meghan and Harry, as all of us are right now. So throughout this video, I might be sharing my opinions, especially about Meghan Markle, but I'm hoping that my opinions and my biases don't mess up the results that I get. So I'm saying that because I want to get really pure results. And I want to be really open to new information and new interpretations about what the future might hold for Harry and Meghan that I haven't already thought of. But also I'm a pretty intuitive person, and what I think is going to happen might be confirmed with the app. I don't know. Maybe we won't really get anything confirmed. I have no idea. I never know how these things are going to go. But I just have to say that out into the universe, that I'm open to new information. I'm open to my opinions being wrong, but I might share my opinions as we go through this. So I have pulled up the Randonautica app. I decided to start today, I'm in kind of East Boulder, which I've never really started out here. I don't know why. I felt like I wanted to be somewhere kind of new and different, in a place, again, that's neutral. So my first intention is, what does the future hold for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? That's right, I'm asking you a question, Randonautica. I hope we get a good answer. So I'm just going to put in my intention and let's just see what happens. What is the future for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? Future for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Whoa. Okay, we have a point. I'm really excited. I was nervous at first that maybe it wouldn't even give us a point. It's in a neighborhood, and the point is definitely, I think, someone's house, which is a thing that happens, but maybe there's some interesting information to get about whatever's going on at this location. So let's drive over there and see. I'm really excited to see what's over there. So first of all, this point is really close, actually. Once I did the directions, I was like, whoa, this is just like around the block, basically, from where I was parked. And I think it's always kind of weird and interesting when I have a huge radius in which a point could be, you know, placed, and it's like something super, super close. So there's that, and then also I have no idea what's going to happen here in terms of what is going on with this house. As I said, I'm trying to let go of my own biases, because just from everything that has gone down, that my phone is talking. Okay, thank you. That was a lot of information, phone. But just from everything that's been happening since that interview with Oprah, I feel like it's just becoming more and more clear that Meghan Markle is definitely low-key, or maybe high-key, a bit of a true narcissist. And again, I know that I am not alone in that opinion, but I also know there's some people that, you know, maybe don't believe that. But from watching her behavior, doing some really in-depth like body language studies on like both of them. Again, I'm showing my true nerdiness that has been like exposed. Okay, we can do that. We're in a neighborhood I'm really not very familiar with, but But so this is kind of why I'm so curious as to what's going to happen in the future, because their relationship, it's changing so quickly. Harry seems super unhappy compared to how he was before he met Meghan, just in the way his body language is and just the way his face looks, and just his personality has changed since he has been with Meghan. Okay, I gotta look at my phone. I'm trying to multitask.
Franklin Drive, then turn left onto Tesla Circle.
Okay, this is kind of a sort of nice neighborhood that is like also very packed with houses, because I'm actually now remembering I've had a point in this neighborhood before, like one of my first Randonauticas. Where am I going? Okay, straight. But it was at a different part of this neighborhood, so I'm just now remembering that, which is interesting. I don't remember what the intention was on that one. Okay, so we're kind of getting close. Okay, wow, we are basically here. So I believe the point is, okay, not this one that we're looking at, not this house. The one, okay, it's not this one either. It's, okay, okay, it's this house. Oh, there's a bunny in front of it. Do you see the bunny? How interesting. It's like stock still right there. And it looks like this house, there's like definitely nobody home. There's like stuff on their front porch, like a delivery, and it looks very vacant, but really strange that there is this, obviously like a live bunny that is just like totally frozen right in front of this house. And this house is the point. So there's nowhere to park. This is like a really narrow little like roundabout thing. So I'm going to try to park and maybe come out and see. But this is really interesting just right off the bat that this is like very vacant feeling. Not a lot going on, but there's deliveries and a bunny. There's often bunnies I find in my Randonautica points, and I'm still not fully sure what that means, but okay, gonna try to park out here. So again, just confirming that house really is the point. I just parked in that house. And also what's interesting is you can see by the like very tip of the point, it's showing that it really is the front of the house that is the exact point. And that's so interesting because that seems like when I pulled up what was giving me the most information, that there's kind of a vacant feel to it, that nobody's home, and that there's this random bunny in the grass. So let's get out and explore without being too weird and see if there's any more information we can get just from this area. So I'm just walking up towards the house. Oh, the bunny is still there. That is so interesting. He is like fully, or she, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but she is like fully, oh my God, that's so cute. She's like fully like, I own this grass. This is where I live. This is my house. So, but this house is really interesting to me. We're just going to pull up on this bunny. We're not going to scare you. We're your friend. We're your Randonautica friend. Okay? So don't worry. It's okay. You just relax. All right, now that we talked to the bunny. So what's weird is like there's this weird patio chair. Like, why is there a chair just facing the street like that on like a very small landing? And then as you can see, there's packages. And I really get the feel that like nobody's home. Maybe they're at work, I don't know, but there's a very vacant feel to this house, especially compared to the houses around it, like on either side, on this side, but then also on the other side. The houses seem like there's a lot of cars home. They just feel like there's more life in the other houses around it. And yeah, this is a really like tightly packed neighborhood, and all the houses seem like there's just a lot of cars and life. And then this one is like there's nothing except a bunny and some packages. And there is some, for sure, symbolism going on here. And we've just got to pontificate on what's going on. But the feeling I get, like when I first drove up, and then even just standing here now, it's even more so, is just this very like vacant, kind of empty feeling. Like just not much is going on behind the walls here. Like it's just kind of a very empty, vacant feeling, and that's really interesting. And this bunny, I'm going to try to get closer. We're going to have a little interview. Okay, let's just very calmly approach. Hi, do you know what's going to happen with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? I know we're kind of, I'm not
trying to be scary. I just want to be your friend. You are so sweet, and you're not like moving. You're definitely breathing quickly. Okay, you're about to run. I can tell. I don't want to scare you. I just want to be your friend. You look like, oh, there he goes. There he goes. Okay, that's okay. Go to the house that has a lot of life happening, because that house, they got like a whole garden thing going on. Anyway, it's time for us to stop being creepy and to go back to the car and talk about what we just experienced here.
So that was really interesting. Often when I'm led to someone's house is my point, I have like no idea like what is going on. Like it's usually like nondescript in some ways. But that house seemed like there was some definite information going on there. Like the most powerful thing to me was just the feeling of it and the look of it, just like this vacant, it felt almost like semi-abandoned, like, and lonely. Like the single chair on that like small little landing that was just sort of like facing the street, it just like felt really lonely and just odd. And on the house, like all the blinds are drawn up and it's like it just feels very like empty and closed and like weird. But then the bunny, like how fascinating that there was a bunny, like a live rabbit just hanging out right at the point. That I still don't know what to make of. It felt like there was some definite like connection energy happening there. Like maybe I should look up what rabbits mean, like the meaning of them. I'm looking it up right now. Maybe it's a symbol to Meghan's pregnancy because, you know, rabbits have a lot of babies. So she's like, they're like breeding like rabbits. I don't know. Oh my God, I have to laugh at that. That's just the first thing I thought of. But let's read this. Okay, the first thing that's coming up is, it's like about spirit animals. So I don't know if this is really right, but it says, when rabbit hops in as your spirit animal, it's time to look before you leap. Rabbit as a totem animal is for souls who are creative problem solvers, where that's cool. Invoke rabbit when you need help switching directions fast. Oh my God, that makes so much sense, because even as I was describing their relationship coming in here, it's felt like already they've had a lot of weird twists and turns that have happened really fast already. And it feels like all of a sudden since that interview that things are falling apart like fast, especially on Harry's end. I feel like now that he's gone back to the UK for his grandfather's funeral, it's like I wonder if being back with his family is making him realize like, whoa, I've been like totally manipulated by someone, and she convinced me that I was trapped, and maybe I wasn't actually trapped, and I actually just got like gold diggered. What did I just say? Making up new words. But that message about the rabbit is kind of blowing my mind, because even the rabbit, like, no, you remember how we just walked up on him and he did that. He changed directions really fast. I am just blown away, and I'm so wondering if the symbolism of him is to say that in their future they're going to be going a different direction really fast. Whoa, this is fascinating. I'm nerding out hardcore right now with this Randonautica. Okay, had to take off the coat because it's getting hot in the car. It's like it's weirdly cold. I hate that it is late April and it is still cold in Colorado and there's snow on the ground, as you have seen. But it's warm in the car. So now coat is off. Time to do my next Randonautica point. And now I am so curious after this first one and finding out that symbolism. I'm really curious to do this next one. So I've set a pretty wide like search radius area for this next one because I'm going to get kind of specific, or I should say really specific, and that I'm going to ask if Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are actually going to be breaking up. I want to get specific and get a specific answer, hopefully, as to whether or not they're going to stay together as a couple. And like I said, after this first interesting thing of being led to this kind of like vacant place and then the rabbit and everything and the symbolism, I'm like, whoa. So let's ask the Randonautica app if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are going to be breaking up and see if it gives us a point that will give us an answer. Here we go. Will Meghan Markle and Prince Harry break up? It actually worked and it gave us another point. Again, because sometimes it will not give you a point. Sometimes you will do this and it will say there's no anomaly in the area that aligns with your intention. And I wasn't sure if being that specific that it would do that or not. So it's given me another point. It is another house, it looks like, which is also really interesting to get 2 houses in a row, because that doesn't always happen to me. But I don't know where this one is, so let me just do the directions and see like how far away is this. Okay, interesting. So this one is a little bit farther. It says it's about an 11-minute drive. So it's taking me kind of far away, which I'm hoping means that there's something very specific about this house that we need to see. It's going to give us some information, because why else would it take us so far away? So let's go. Gorgeous boulder flat irons that are covered with snow and apparently fog right now. This is seriously such odd weather. It's just been kind of gray and cloudy in Colorado for a while, and I'm over it. I'm ready for real sunny, warm springtime weather, but I guess we get what we get. And I also have to say that this truly is like the total opposite side of Boulder that it's taking me to. And that's also kind of rare, I found in my Randonautica experiences, to be taken from one point to another that's like so far away. So I don't know. It's interesting that my first point was really close. My second one's really far away. And I don't know what to make of that yet. But it is interesting that it's another house on the other side of town, and I'm so curious what is going on with this house. So we are getting close, I believe. I'm going to turn left, and we're going to see what could be over here. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the neighborhood, I guess. Again, not a neighborhood I've ever spent much time in. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and pay attention to my directions. Okay, but I think it's just right around this corner after the stop sign. No outlet.
Your destination is
Interesting that I was drawn to that signage. Okay, on the left. Oh, is it this blue house? Wait. Okay, it is. This blue house right in front of us in the corner here. All right, let's see what there is going on here. So I just want to show you, for transparency's sake first, that this house truly is the point that the Randonautica app generated for me. But before I show you the house again and the most obvious things about it, here's where things might get political, and I was so wanting to avoid that, but obviously the Randonautica app is really keeping, oh my god, another rabbit. Sorry, so weird. I saw another rabbit and I quickly stopped so I could try to turn the camera to show you, but it was running across the road and I could not turn the camera around fast enough, so I'm sorry for that interjection. But anyway, one of the really dangerous things that Meghan Markle talked about in the interview with Oprah was that she accused one of the members of the royal family of questioning the color of their children and how that would look. And so she was, definitely calling the royal family racist. And that just caused all kinds of drama. It was splitting people up into like political factions about the royal family and about them as a couple even. And it's just really interesting that somehow politics have become involved with Meghan and Harry's relationship. And I say that because the most notable thing about this house is that there are 2 signs, actually quite cute signs, written by little kids that say Black Lives Matter. On this one by the garage, it says Black Lives Matter, and then underneath it says, what does that say? White silence equals violence. And this one says the same thing, this one that's stapled to the tree here. And I just think of all the places I could be led to, I'm led to this house that has 2 really powerful signs about Black lives mattering. Is that a word, mattering? I'm saying a lot of weird words today, but the fact that my intention was this question as to whether or not Harry and Meghan will stay together, and I'm led to this house that has these signs, it makes me wonder if maybe this issue of race, this politicizing of racial problems within the royal family, if maybe that issue is just going to become so contentious in the family that maybe that could be the thing that makes or breaks them. I don't know. So I'm just sitting in my car looking at this house. I parked right in front of it. But for some reason with this house, I feel like people could be home. I just get this like sense that people are home, and I don't want to get out and film like closer. And I also feel like I have the message. One, that there was another rabbit, which is so interesting that there's this connection. I don't actually see rabbits that often around Boulder. Like, they definitely are here. But the fact that there's been one, both intention points, and then it just seems really obvious that the most distinguishing thing about this house, there's really nothing else that's really calling out to me. But the fact that they have 2 Black Lives Matter signs, and my mind is kind of blown. That my question is whether or not Meghan and Harry will break up, and I'm led to these signs, and like I said, it just makes me wonder if maybe somehow this racial issue is going to become so contentious between them. Because it's a big deal. To call your husband's family racist is a big deal. Like, for any couple. But when you're in this big public eye on this huge public service platform and you're doing that, I just think the long-term wounds that could cause might cause this to not go well. Y'all, I am kind of shook on this, that both the points that I was led to seem to have really powerful messages and connections to what my intention really, really is. And that's kind of amazing, because sometimes I do this and I get to the point and I'm like, I don't know what this means. Okay. But today I feel like my questions really were answered, and I'm still really intrigued by this rabbit thing. In the comments below, if you know more about like the symbolism of rabbits and stuff, or if you just have an idea of what could be going on there, write it in the comments, because that seems like a really key thing somehow. I think that message of changing directions quickly and like changing your future really quickly is a big part of this. And it makes me think that things could deteriorate or change with Harry and Meghan, quickly. Because even the second rabbit I saw, like, it was going so quickly and like moving down the street so fast that I couldn't even turn my camera around fast enough to catch it. Like, that's how fast things could change. So I don't know, you guys, after doing this Randonautica, honestly, my kind of intuitive thoughts on this couple are kind of affirmed, in that before I left, I honestly had this like just strong feeling that was like, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will probably not even be together within like 5 years. Like, that's my own personal vote. We can come back to this video in 5 years and see if I was right. But I actually think, especially after this, like, honestly, within 2 to 4 years, I don't know if they're still going to be together. So mark my words, 5 years at the maximum, this couple I do not think will be together anymore. We'll see what happens, but I just believe there's been way too much drama, too quickly, too much emotional insanity kind of happening in that relationship, and I just don't see that going into a more stable, like, long-term direction anytime soon. But we'll see. It's just my opinion, and just the Randonautica app telling me what's going to happen. And if you enjoyed this crazy little Randonautica adventure and the insights that we had today, please subscribe to my channel and we will do more adventures like this. I also have a Ko-Fi account if you would like to support me and buy me a coffee. The link is in the description if you would like to support me on Ko-Fi. Thank you all so much for nerding out with me about the royal family today. It is definitely a guilty pleasure, as I said, that is now apparently very public for me. It's no longer my secret that I enjoy the royal family. Thank you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.